All right. What's up out there, David Cravens?
My name's John Cravens.
Episode number 1 of the Relentless Hope podcast.
Oh no, baby.
That's right. For you guys who know us, you know that we are the group Relentless Hope.
The
right?
group.
The group, the music group. We do some faith-based motivational, down south, bass hits, country, twist, rap music. So we're just here to talk about life, love,
Oh Lord Jesus.
and more. So, started off with gratitude, babe. What are you thankful for here today before we get going here in episode 1?
Wow, I am so grateful to be here in this awesome place and have met Tim Jarrett
Vote Tim Jarrett.
and Miss Diana over there.
Yeah.
This is a cool spot, man.
It's a cool spot to do a podcast at. We're just really thankful. Started off last week. We ended our week crazy. We had got new tires on our truck and wheels
And breaks.
and brakes, and we lost a wheel while we were driving. So I'm grateful that we're still here today because it could have went a lot worse than what it did.
True that.
Right. So we're going to start this podcast off, get into it, and just explain who we are, what we do, why we do it, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, who are you, David
Who
Cravens?
am I? Well, ladies go first, young ladies. So go ahead.
Well, I am a mother, a wife, business owner. I don't know what
Rapper.
else you would say. Yes, I guess I'm a rapper, only because I married into it,
Hmm.
and he needed a good hype woman.
Yes,
So here I am.
that's right. We've been through a lot of stuff in our time together that we've been
Oh,
married
boy.
and together. We've got 8 kids
Yeah.
between both of us, from 33 all the way down to 12.
Dang, we're old.
And everywhere in between. So there's always something going on. We come from a long line of addiction, everything that you could do to get involved in that. And really in the last year, we've changed up our whole life when it comes to fitness. Right, babe? Explain some stuff about us getting sober and just a little bit of our background. You can start with yours and then go into mine and us together.
Okay, so
I feel like I'm interviewing my wife.
yeah, not too much you don't know. So yeah, my drug addiction started, I guess, when I was about 12, and I started smoking weed, and of course the weed was laced with cocaine, and sneaking out and drinking, and just kind of a lost kid.
Yeah.
My dad came from a long line of addiction, and my dad was an alcoholic, and he was angry, and as a child, I always took that on as what was wrong with me,
All right.
And
what
he
we
would
do.
always tell me, yeah, that's what we do. It's normal. And he would always tell me, you're never going to amount to anything. And I started believing that, and so I just kind of acted accordingly. I was like, well, screw school, because does it even really matter,
Right.
And I just took on that mentality and just, was just kind of trying to find myself. And then that addiction got way worse as I got older. Of course, I kind of got a hold of it for a little bit. My parents sent me to my first drug rehab at 15. And then, kept it pretty good for a while. And then I think it was probably my 20s, started getting a little crazy, got into some things that I had no business getting into.
Mhm.
And there it went.
Yeah. She was a dancer. Yeah. I'm just playing. But yeah,
When you see
so
my-
same MO over here. I came from a broken family, domestic violence,
Yeah.
got into drugs young, skipped weed. I never smoked weed. I never smoked a cigarette, but I tripped on a lot of acid.
Man, I loved
Did a lot of cocaine and got going, and that led into me getting in trouble and down that road.
Yeah,
won't
never
get
never ends good, does it?
too lengthy into that. We come from a crazy
Yeah.
drug background. We got married, and we were sober. We were going to church,
Mhm.
doing good. I was doing some music, and then life problems showed up, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would have to say too, I had went through Teen Challenge, graduated it.
Great program.
Yeah, awesome. Shout out to TC. But there were so many things that I just didn't know how to do. And that was, to be a healthy, normal mom,
Mhm.
although I'd gone through that, I still had all this guilt and shame. And, so now I have my 2 daughters back, and I wanted to make them my priority. So then coming into a relationship, I wasn't sure how to handle all that, because your husband's supposed to be your number one priority. And I really didn't know how to handle that.
Right. And, sometimes just because you find faith, whatever your faith is, ours happens to be Christianity. That's what we choose, but
Yeah.
that's up to you and the big man upstairs or whoever you choose. But, just because you start going to church or you go through a Christian based program or you change your life, that doesn't mean all the past is fixed.
Right.
And I think sometimes we get sold this bill of goods like, go to the altar, ask Jesus in your life, change, and
Just go say
everything's
a
great. Yeah,
prayer.
say it. Just
Everything's
pray
gonna be a
about it,
lot
brother.
better.
But a lot of times there's mental illness. There's,
Yeah.
afflictions. I'm just kidding. There's just different things that you have to deal with. And not until I got sober or got into a healthy relationship did I really realize how messed up little Dave was, and that was
Yes.
when our problem started. At first we were like, they're like, "Oh, you guys are a power couple. You're going to change the world." And we were like, "We're going to change the world."
Yeah, we
But
believed it.
but well, and we still believe it,
Yeah.
but we didn't realize we had to get healthy and deal with some things from the past
Absolutely.
that we brought into the future. And your kids, my kids, their kids, that kids, those kids, a lot of
That's
kids.
right. Yeah.
And so we had problems early on, which led us back to relapsing, getting sober, relapsing,
Yes.
sober, relapsing,
Back and forth,
sober.
back and forth.
Now it's been 6 years. Praise God,
Woo.
gratitude right there. Um, that we're coming full speed, which
Yeah.
leads me up to
This is the longest I've ever been
this is the
sober,
longest I've ever been sober in my life. I might do a year,
and
two
it
years,
feels
6
good,
months.
baby.
It feels really good.
Yeah,
You
it
know what I
does.
mean? I used to try to it took more time to try to pass a pee test. Like I was taping up Advil bottles and peeing in them and
Ask your kid,
and
"Can you
and
take this
going,
for me?"
yeah, hey, come here, buddy, use the bathroom this morning for me, can you?
Just pee this cup.
And
Why do I have to
now
pay this?
like if I go somewhere, I'm like, hey, give me two of those. I want to take them. Here, take my
Yeah.
hair. What do you need?
Yes.
So that's a great feeling. And how simple is
How
that?
cool is
Like
it,
that
right?
something like that. But not only being the productive parents, business
Yeah,
owners, friends, son, everything that goes along with it, right?
absolutely.
Which leads me up to let's talk about Hurricane Ian. So
Whew,
we've
hurricane.
had there's so much to talk about. I don't want to get all into that. They'll learn as time, which is why you should
Oh,
like and
yes.
subscribe and hit that
And
bell.
chuck it.
All right, but so we had moved to Tennessee, got
Yes.
sober.
But you can't just glaze over that.
Well, I know, but I mean, we had moved to Tennessee,
Yeah.
got sober. We knew we had to get out of Fort Myers to
Yes.
change, to work on our marriage, to work on our life.
Get
This is
away
6 years
from it.
ago. So we ended up going outside of Nashville to Spring Hill, Tennessee. Shout out Spring Hill, Tennessee.
Spring
We
Hill.
loved it up there. Got to really work on ourselves, got to work on our relationship.
Yeah.
Got some good counseling prior to that, prior to
Yes.
after that, marriage counseling and
Shout out to
personal
Cookie.
counseling. Yeah, just shout out to Cookie, Pastor Michelle Gasper.
Yes.
So we come back to Florida. We're working, business is doing good. We've got a
Yeah.
lot of personal things going on, custody battles,
Yes.
fighting for the kids, making sure, this, that. And then we go to Tennessee to do a concert and we come home to what?
For 3 different youth groups. Yeah, so thank God we took our speakers. But yeah, and so the one time we don't overpack, the one time, but yeah, so we go to Tennessee, which was a great event, by the way. Go rap for 3 different youth groups, tore it off the frame, had a great time, but we found out when we were leaving that hurricane was coming. And when you grow up in Florida, it's kind of like, okay, it's another hurricane, but you're used to them, right? So I really didn't think, oh, it's going to wipe us out.
Right.
And yeah, so then we find out how bad it's going to be, what they're predicting. I remember us telling our in-laws, we're like, come up here, because they were staying in our pool house, and of course they wouldn't come. But yeah, then we started getting nervous, right? We were like, oh, shnikes, because we lived right on the river. Our backyard was
The
literally
Caloosahatchee.
the river. Yeah, so yeah, and
We
it
came back
hit,
to
buddy.
what? We came back to total destruction. We lost everything.
Yeah,
Clothes, cars, Jordans in the Caloosahatchee,
pool
pool
tables.
tables, all the kids' clothes, beds, everything. And I was like, you got to be kidding me, God. Like, we're sober.
Yeah,
We just won the custody battle, that costs money. And we're like,
three,
yeah, we're doing,
three.
yeah, we're doing good. And really, and I got mad at God. Like I was upset. Like, I'm not even gonna tell
Oh
you my
yeah.
prayer because you guys really wouldn't think I was holy, even though the ones who already don't think I'm holy. But is when I prayed, I was like, God, you gotta be blanking kidding me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I was just, and
I think it's normal to be angry because I mean, well, anger is kind of the top emotion. There's always something underneath it, but
right.
it was kind of like, man, we're sitting here going and doing this for
Yeah.
you, God,
Us.
and
We are
yeah,
God. Look what we're doing.
we are God, yeah, but I don't know. Then, and it's not like it's something that it's like when you do something and things are taken away from you, and you're
Yeah.
like, man, I got nobody else to blame but
Yeah.
me,
But me.
right?
Yeah.
But when
Right. I've
when
done that a
but
lot, by
it's
the
like,
way.
yeah,
I've
me
done
too.
that a lot.
But it's kind of like when you walk outside and your car windows busted out and your whole stereo system is taken out. That happened to
I've had
me.
mine stolen,
Yes,
and I've stolen some
that's called
back
payback,
in the day.
sucker.
Right.
So, but
I don't believe in karma, but that's
yeah,
karma.
well, I didn't steal anybody's, and mine was stolen. So, but
But
you know how that feels, right? So you're like, man, it's just. But this was something
yeah,
different.
I think for me it was seeing you guys,
Yeah,
because it's just crazy. Before we walked out to go to Tennessee to rap, we found out after we were leaving the hurricane was coming, actually, or that day we're like, we'll be fine.
yeah.
But you took a picture because we'd got new furniture of the
And I
house, and you
mopped
mopped the
the
floor. The
whole
girl will mop the
house.
girl can work all day long, come home and mop. I'm done, but
I like a clean
yeah,
floor,
she does. And I eat off the floor. You could at our
and
house.
he makes the mess.
But yes, I do. But so she was mopped and took a picture before we left. And it's crazy to see that picture. Then we came home and it was crazy. But
Unrecognizable.
which so me being a husband and a father, sober, trying to be a man of God, by no means got it figured out. Music was taken off the Relentless Hope things. We had been on tour.
Yeah,
We had done some things. So we came back, and I remember we were sleeping in an Airbnb, and praise God we had Airbnbs because
yeah,
we knew a lot of people. We got, somewhere to stay versus sleeping on the shop floor where we
absolutely.
started. Um, I remember thinking, what are we going to do? So me already being at that time about 320 pounds,
Hmm.
um, not healthy, strong, but not healthy. Not taking, didn't eat healthy, was not a good role model for my kids or
Yeah,
anybody.
and you were stress eating.
And
That's
so I kicked into like a stress eating mode. I'd be smiling to everybody. We did a song called Florida Strong. We're gonna bounce back, and we spoke it into existence.
oh
But
wait, we gotta visit that one for a second. Yeah, so let me just tell you guys. So I'm literally trying to clean up whatever shoes I can, whatever I can save from the house. And David's just sitting in a chair, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm writing a song. I was like, you're what? And he literally was like, I'm writing a song because we have to give people hope. Because, you never plan on things like this happening, but you can either do one of two things. You can either suck it up and do what you got to do and try to help other people, or you could
right,
sit in your pity. We weren't going to do that. So
right,
I love the fact that, yeah, I'm cleaning typical and he's writing a song.
yes, Florida Strong, which went viral thanks to Miss Gina Tomlinson.
Shout
Yes,
out to
everybody's
Gina.
roving favorite reporter.
Yeah.
No, but she shared it, and then some people's lives got changed by it, and we were people contacted
I
us
think
through
it gave people
emails,
hope.
and they said, "Man, you guys lost everything, and you're rapping about it." But I would be smiling on the front
Yeah.
and be depressed and eating. And when I say eating, I was eating out of control, like stress eating.
And you were worried.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
worried where we were going to live, what we were going to do, didn't know how much money you had. You had nowhere to live, kids, schools,
Dogs.
dogs, everything. So with that, I got to about 350 pounds.
Hmm.
Um, we were blessed. We got a place to live. The kids stayed in the same school area. We transitioned pretty quick. We just stayed working at our business. A1 Billiards and Pool Table Repair. If you need a pool table moved,
And Mr. Slates.
and Mr. Slate's Billiards also. It's what we do. But I was unhealthy. So one morning we had our name of our group was Relentless Hope. So I would always see the Diamond Dallas page. Shout out DDP. Bang! But
And Paige.
we love you, DDP and Paige, and the whole family. But
And Joshy.
and Joshy. But anyway, so and Hayden. But anyway, Gator. But we had been, it would always pop up, and I'd always been a DDP fan, and Jake the Snake fan, wrestling my whole life. So we kept seeing his Relentless documentary, DDPY Yoga,
Mhm.
and we had watched it prior to the hurricane even. And I was like, man, I should do that. I should get on that. And over a year ago now, January 1st was a year.
Yeah.
I went to put
You
on a pair of
started.
tennis shoes in the morning and I was out of breath. And I thought that I'm not going to walk my daughter down the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to see my sons graduate. I sold this girl a lie. When you start trying to romance somebody, you're like, I'm gonna be here forever, be the best husband you have, girl. I'm gonna be here. And I was like,
Selling me a
Dave,
fake bill of
I was
goods.
selling a fake bill of goods, a big bill of goods, but because I was a big guy. But I was like Dave negative 6.0. Like I was just in horrible shape, not healthy. January 1st, we started doing DDPY. And when I tell you this isn't a DDPY infomercial, but this is how much I believe in it. I believe in him. I believe in the program, Paige,
Absolutely.
everybody that
And
works
believe in
with it.
changing yourself.
And I believe that I could do it. We started doing DDPY January 1st. To date, I've lost 108 pounds.
Yo.
Still going, still moving.
Yeah.
My back feels better than ever, which then kicked Relentless Hope. We're already on this sober journey.
Yeah.
We're already working on our marriage journey where we put my wife's my number one human relationship, not my kids, not my business, my wife. We're already working on that, going to marriage conferences, going on marriage trips.
I finally learned that.
Yeah, we
I got it down pat
now
now.
we're sober. Now we're doing music. Now, how could I stand with the microphone and doing songs and say, oh, God can change you, or you can be this, and I couldn't even control what I put in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? So then the health and fitness started. Now, Jana's already a savage, a beautiful savage. But anybody who knows her,
getting chunky,
but she's
son.
getting, she wasn't eating healthy either because what it is, and she could cook so good. So our kids were not eating healthy. We wasn't eating healthy. I definitely wasn't. You wasn't.
Yeah.
She wasn't in the gym like she used to be before. I move pool tables for a living. I'm like, I can pick up that muscle dude and drop him on his head if I want to. What I want to work out, that like hillbilly stuff. And we jumped into this health journey, didn't we, babe? And when I say we did it, I remember I lost my first 40 pounds in like 2 months.
Excited.
I was like, rise and grind.
God, I'm
I'm
a
a DDPY warrior,
warrior.
right? So we wrote a song. We filmed a video. We booked a trip. We went to
We brought
Smyrna.
it.
We went up there because I was like, he's got something here, and this is real.
Absolutely.
We went to Smyrna. We got to meet him. Paige, him,
Yeah.
everybody. Pat,
Patrick,
and Ted. We got to be there, and and he heard the video. They loved it. They were like, man, and started us off. Even we believed in it, and anybody knows us, we don't do nothing halfway. So we were like 100% in DDPY, the community, living our life to be the best us. Over a year now, we got to, hang with him at his Christmas party. You know what I mean? We did a Christmas song, the Power Cuffs. Josh is a dear, dear buddy. You know what I mean? Not only just my coach and talk to, but he's just my homie. You know what I mean? And DDPY just wise, and you just know their heart. Him and Paige wants to see people's lives change.
Yeah, they want to help change people.
It's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. Heard Brad Lee say that.
That's right.
And that's what we do. I look up to them, what they do. You know what I mean? And I look in the mirror. I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm 108 pounds different than I was. And I know that I get up at 4 a.m. I know that I start my day off getting my mind right because, DDP says it. It's all about the 6-inch piece of real estate between your ears. If you say you can do it, whether you can or you can't, you know what I mean? And so we jumped into this fitness journey, baby. Tell them what we do and just kind of explain.
Man, well, I'd have to say I kind of lost myself, after fighting for custody for all 3 kids, and it was in the hurricane, and man, I don't know, it was a tough time, and working all these different jobs and just we were just kind of existing. We weren't really thriving. We knew we had a purpose and we wanted to fulfill that purpose, but it's just kind of like I was exhausted, real talk. I was tired. So starting that DDPY, it kind of for me helped me find myself again, because I've always been somebody who either played soccer or basketball or,
You're athletic. Or in the gym, you were powerlifting, you were a beast when we first got together. I was a beast at eating cheeseburgers.
He looks like a boy.
Yeah.
but yeah, like I thrive on that because it just keeps my head clear, and helps me have direction. So we start doing it and I'm like, oh man. And typical us, it's something we do together.
Yeah. We do everything together, by the way.
Everything.
And when I say this, she's my best friend. She's my biggest motivator. I don't know how I drove all these years without having somebody gasp when I'm 400,000 feet away from a car before I'm almost close to it. I don't, it's amazing. But she's also somebody who calls me on my stuff. She's an amazing mother. I'll cry. Wife, but we do everything together. We work
Yeah.
out together. We rap together. We work together. Only time we're not together is if she's getting her eyelashes and her nails done or going,
That's
her and
it.
Nevaeh going to get their hair done.
Eating
Other than
can
that,
together.
we're together. And people don't understand it. And they don't have to because
Yeah,
I don't care if they
it's
do
not
or
for
not.
them.
That's what we do. And that works for us. You got to find out with what your wife or mate or husband,
Yeah.
what works and make it work and thrive. But so, with that, once you found yourself, we jumped in and went
Oh,
crazy,
man.
didn't we, baby?
We'd be out in the garage, and we built our own little yoga studio out there.
It's not yoga. It's DDPY. It's not your mama's yoga.
My bad.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's a form of yoga, but I wouldn't be into regular yoga. This is more like you can do push-ups and
This is the real deal.
gators, and yeah, I love it. I love it. But it pushes you and challenges
Tell what it's
you.
done for your back.
Oh man, for real. So
You
yeah,
left
when
your
I was
car accident.
16, I got in a car accident and broke my back and was temporarily paralyzed, and then got struck by lightning when I was 18.
Explains a lot,
Yes,
people. Explains a
got
lot.
buried under the sand and airlifted out. But yeah, so I've had some trauma to my body, and then lifting pool tables, with you.
Sorry.
Yeah, thanks a lot, David. But I love it. I love it because once again, it's something that challenges me and pushes me, and anything that people say.
She makes most men look silly, and that's facts. My workers will tell you. Anybody who knows her, if she comes to work, she makes most men look silly.
Yeah, I don't like it if somebody tells me I can't do something. Then I'm just like, oh, okay, watch. But yeah, it's oh man, it's helped my body so much. Yeah, and you're 50, I'm 49, and
A good-looking 50.
yes, you are. Yes, you are.
And you made 49.
it doesn't stop us. It's helped us.
Yeah.
Definitely
and
helped us.
backs, knees, everything that goes along with it.
It's-
Even rapping live when we were on tour with the
Oh,
Extreme
man.
Tour. Shout out the Extreme Tour.
Shout out.
After a 20-minute set, your boy was winded.
Ooh.
Back in tracks.
Well, it's not like we just stand there either. We're
we're
working that
animated.
stage,
We're
buddy.
animated.
We
We're
are
animated.
all up and down.
But it's just helped us all around. So
Absolutely.
to kick off this first episode, we're gonna wind it in because we could talk all day. But it's God first.
Absolutely.
Family, community, and
Taking care of yourself.
we just want to be the best us, and being the best us is sober, God on top of it, and healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just don't agree with somebody standing up telling me I could change their life. And I'll end it with this. We were at a marriage conference, and there was some couples. And there was a couple that was good looking. She was good looking. He was good looking.
Yeah.
He was in good shape. She was in good shape. Their outfits
They looked
matched.
like they were on top of their
well
game.
put together.
That's right.
There was another couple. I'm not saying they were bad speakers. They wasn't as put together. Who do you think I listened to more? Baby,
Of course.
the couple that was put together. You know why? Because they were disciplined.
Well, yeah, and you gravitate towards people like that.
I said, man, they got to be disciplined. For him, his arms to look like that, that
Yeah.
dude's disciplined.
Putting
And
in
it
some
wasn't like
work.
steroided out. He's just in good
No.
shape. She was in good shape. Their outfits look good. Because if you're selling me something that you're not doing, I'm not going to buy it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't go get advice from a dude who's
Yeah,
still
you gotta
hooked on
live it.
heroin and how to stay sober.
That's
right?
right.
And so that's what we're trying to be. Relentless hope. It all starts with a little bit of hope. Sometimes you got to be relentless with
That's
it.
right.
So
Live
we're
it how
trying to
you
be the
get it.
best us, right?
That's right.
Faith, fitness, sobriety.
Yeah.
That's what we do at Relentless Hope.
All these little baby kids running around.
So make sure you guys like and subscribe, share this with your friends. This is just the first episode. We wanted to open up a little bit. So I'm sure, I've done a lot of music. It's funny when all of a sudden you sit down a microphone, it's how nervous you get just to talk, right?
Yeah. Mic fright. You're the one who taught me that.
Yeah.
I get it every time I get in the studio.
Yeah. She does amazing, by the way. So you guys watch, subscribe, like, stay tuned.
That's right.
We're out.
Peace.
I love you, John.